In this video, I'm going to be going over the responsibilities of recruiters. Recruiter is one of the most important jobs in the Alliance because they help us manage players as they come in, and we all know how much trouble lower level players can get in. So it is very important that if you are a recruiter, you keep up with your responsibilities, and if it's ever too much, do not hesitate to let us know. We can either, if you just can't handle anything, we can demote you for a while, and then if you have time again, we can re-promote you and find something that fits with your schedule, or we can just take away some duties that you think are just eating up too much of your time. If you want to take on more responsibilities, by all means, let us know, because there is always something that could be done in the Alliance. So first I'm going to go over how to go about promoting, demoting, and kicking players. So the way that you physically do this is you come over to the member list, and then you can change a player's rank by clicking this icon. You can throw them out by clicking here, or you can just click one of these things to change their rank and then click the green check mark. So members are players that have either proven themselves to be active or interactive. But the game, if you send an Alliance invitation and they accept it, it will automatically make them ranked member. And you cannot demote a player to novice. So that's something to keep in mind. Not a super big deal, though. Member is pretty easy to get that rank in our Alliance. Sergeant, you have to be in the Alliance, I'd say, for at least 3 days to prove that you are consistently active, at least in the short run. And these players must also prove that they're interactive. If a player like Soul Inspire, yeah, I butchered their name. That's okay. But that player, as you can see, has 747,000 might points. That is a lot. So if you see a player that has over 150 might points, you can already just straight promote them to Sergeant, and that helps make sure that we don't kick them from the Alliance. You may be wondering why we do that and thinking, oh, well, that's unfair. But it's really not, because typically these players are higher level. So if they were to get kicked from the Alliance, then it would cause them a lot more damage than a lower level player. And having might points boosts our Alliance ranking. So by having a higher Alliance rank, we end up bringing in more players. So basically, anyone with over 150 might points at our current standing helps us just by existing. So that's why we go ahead and promote them straight to Sergeant. Other than that, players do need to prove that they're interactive and active. I do not believe that players with the rank Recruiter can promote players beyond Sergeant, but in case the game ever changes, or if you're a higher rank but still work as a Recruiter, General is for players that have expressed interest in becoming an officer. So while we're still figuring out what rank we want them to be, or if we want them to have one at all, we go ahead and put them in as a general. Beyond that, you have a say. You cannot physically promote players beyond this point, for sure. General, you might be able to, but I'm pretty sure you can't. But after that, you still have a say in what players get promoted to higher ranks. So if you ever see a player and you're like, wow, this person would be really good as a war marshal, go ahead and let us know. You kind of have to be in the Alliance at the time and just kind of understand who to ask. But if you're not sure, you can message the leader and the deputies. So right now, I'd say that the best player to message would be me, Trooper Cobra. Or you could also message Phantom Pro. So we definitely want to hear your suggestions. We're always looking for new officers. We always have responsibilities that need to be filled. So if you have any ideas, by all means, let us know. Then you're also going to be given an assignment. You may just be told to recruit or send out a certain number of invites a day, or you may be given a level to recruit from. My favorite way to recruit players, and I found it most effective, is to come to the Alliance rank, and then it will give you different Alliance level sections. So this is level 70, 59 through 60, 69. 40 through 49, and then you can easily see players that don't have an alliance. So when I'm recruiting, I just go like this through it, looking for players that don't have one. So for example, this player. But as you can see, because we do it this way, they've already received an invitation. So that lets us find a large amount of players very quickly. Players that are best to recruit from, although they take more time, are from the weekly rankings. And what this means is players are ranked based off of how much they've looted since the past Sunday at midnight. So as you can see, it's a lot harder to find players that don't have an alliance. But when a player doesn't have one and they're on this ranking list, that means they've been on at least since Sunday, and that they attack either the events, robber barons, or players. And you just kind of hope that they're not attacking players. If they have a large amount of loot, then you kind of know that, oh, they have to be attacking the events as well. So that's like the best way to find players, but it's a bit more time consuming. But then if a player does join from there, they're more likely to be a higher quality player. So they're the best ones to get new members from. So my computer is lagging right now, but another way to look for players is to come to the current event, and then it'll have a ranking list, and you can recruit players from it. But like the looting list, it also has a lot of players, but they're all in alliances already, so it's kind of rare to come across one that isn't. While you're recruiting from the list like that, you often come across players that are in ruins and have resource villages. So if you find a player like that, it's best to forward a battle report to the alliance, and that just lets us know that there is a resource village available, and it's just kind of nice for our members, helps them move up. So right here it has the rankings. And sometimes you have to be careful which one you're under. It could be showing you the alliance ranking, but in which case you won't see your player name and you'll just see Whoop It Heart. Yeah, this is taking a long time to load. So that's basically it for the recruiter's responsibilities. The goal is to bring players in and then manage the ones that you have. Oh, how could I forget? I knew I was forgetting something. When a new player joins, so for example, this player just joined the alliance, it's best to send them a welcome message and then just go over the rules. So what I do is I just copy and paste the message, because you're going to end up sending a lot of these. So as you can see, I just sent one earlier. So just select it, hold Control, press C, it copies it for you. Then come over to the player. Make sure that you didn't have anything specific like welcome to Whoop It Heart and then a person's name. But as long as it's copyable, you're good. Throw in a topic. And yeah, I am perfectly okay with you guys just copying this message. Just make sure that you fix your rank and your player name. Players that are level 6 can send and receive messages, but any players below level 6 cannot. So you may have to use the alliance chat. So that's about it. Keep an eye on the members. If anyone's ever doing anything suspicious, you can go ahead and kick them on the spot if you think that you have enough reason to. If they're attacking someone and they're in an alliance and you're asking them, hey, did you get that attack approved, and they're not responding, that's an example where you can go ahead and kick now, ask questions later. And if it turns out they had the right to do it, we can always let them back in. If it's a high-ranking player, so as in alliance rankings, not player rankings, so like a war marshal or a diplomat, they're probably doing what they're supposed to be doing. But if you're concerned at all, go ahead and report them to a deputy or the leader. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for your help. It is huge what you do for the Alliance. Happy hunting.